Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Omen month is behind us. Tonight, something lighter, not quite so serious. The 1985 classic Clue, starring a whole bunch of people. This was actually suggested by Chris P. So, how are you tonight, Chris P?
Good, good.
Thank you for suggesting this film. As I was telling Boomer, there's actually a lot more to this than what I realized when I started researching it for tonight's show. Um, and it's I wish they made more movies like this, especially
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's a
how
great. Oh, I was gonna say it's a great whodunit with plenty of comedy in it. A lot of physical comedy
yeah,
too.
and just the dialogue between all the actors is I can't think of recent movie where the dialogue and the I guess the chemistry between everyone is just just there. God. Anyways, how are you, Boomer?
Good. Let me tell you, you're saying lighter fare, okay?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
I'm gonna have to fight you on this right here, okay?
Okay.
For starters, I would argue there's plenty of comedy in those Omen movies, okay? All right. Like when the priest gets impaled with the sharp spike. I mean, Joe Bob Briggs once referred to that as priest on a stick when he was doing his rundown of the movie. Anyway, no, but I would argue in this movie, lighter fare. There's a lot of I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Murder in this movie. Murder. Lots of murder. How is this light when you have so much
It's
murder going
it's
on?
not like Macbeth level murder. I mean,
I don't
Murder.
know. A few people get the axe in this.
What
Well,
do you
not
mean murder?
maybe not an axe, but the a wrench, pipe, gun, whatever the different little pieces on the board you used to get when you played this board game. Were you a big fan of the board game, Daniel?
I've never been a fan of board games, to be honest.
Oh my goodness! How about you, Crispy? You ever play Clue?
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to play with my cousins at Christmas time.
Yeah,
With family get-togethers, it was always fun.
it's a decent board game. I still think Risk is my favorite board game, but yeah, the Clue's up there. Clue's a good one. Yeah, and I hate Monopoly, but don't get me started on Monopoly. You know what Monopoly is? I'm not kidding you. I played Monopoly once. I think I landed on go to jail like 3 or 4 times in a row, like at the beginning of the game. You're done. You're not going to get anywhere if that happens.
Much like life.
I
Hmm.
guess so, but I don't know. Why are they were attacking me? It's attack the
I,
ginger, I guess. Okay. Stupid Monopoly. There's no strategy. You know what you do in Monopoly? You buy everything. That's what
mhm.
you do. You buy up all the property. You buy up all the property. Then you start putting houses and hotels on all the property, and you beat the game. Big deal. I'm sorry, that was a rant. I apologize. This is
But Boomer's not jealous, people. No, no, he's not jealous of the people winning at Monopoly at all. So
no strategy to that game.
let me
Sounds like
welcome
you're
the
being
chat
a
real
rat.
fast. We've got Big Al tonight and Team Ghost Planet 3.0, which is still an awesome sounding name. Uh, and I think that's it so far. Cool. But it's 3 people watching. Who's the third? I don't know. Anyways, should we start the film? This is actually a short film compared to some of the
Yeah,
others
we can
we've been doing
start it.
lately.
We can start it. Boomer's in a mood tonight. I'm
Boomer's
fine.
in the mood tonight.
Boomer,
Okay.
Boomer. What are you drinking tonight? Anything?
Oh, I didn't think anybody asked me. I just have a water.
Oh, I look forward to this part. I like to know what Boomer's drinking.
The Coke is in the fridge trying to get cold. I actually was gonna have a Coke, but it's not cold yet. But I will probably have a Coke after the stream. But just some water. I did have some Gold Peak iced tea, another Coke product. In fact, I think it was funny a couple years ago. I was like, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna try to drink less soda. So it's either Pure Leaf or Gold Peak are the best unsweetened iced teas you can get, right? And who makes them? Pepsi and Coke. You
Yep.
know? It's
Funny how that works, right?
Yes, so you can't escape. Anyway, all right. We all set? You want to do a 3, 2, 1, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn my phone off so no one can.
Turn it off, man.
Um,
I never got a computer game version of Clue though. I don't know why I never got like a I think they made a version for the Super Nintendo.
Well, speaking about Clue, I have a story because usually we'll watch this movies and like I'll make a comment about like the novelization, and then you'll make a comment about it, Boomer, and then I'll like go to eBay and I'll buy it for you, and I'll eventually send it to you like 9 months later in a box, a bunch of other stuff.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
this will not be happening with Clue, and this is why.
Okay, well, we'll get into it, I guess, in a little bit.
Oh, I'm just going to tell you right now, so you don't.
How much is it? How much is the novelization of Clue?
Well, it was written by Michael McDowell, who Stephen King says is one of the finest fiction writers living at the time.
Interesting.
And there was 2 books from Clue, which is really about the only products for the film. The Clue storybook, which is like a picture book, you can get it for the bargain basement price of a little over $100.
Okay. The
novelization by Michael McDowell, I found 2 copies on the entire internet. One at thriftybooks.com is $658.39. The one on Amazon is $892.40. So, Boomer, I will not be buying this novelization for you probably at any point in time.
Well, I'll let you think about it.
I mean, it would be like 2 Christmases and 1 birthdays rolled into one. So,
do you know that there was a novelization of one of the Rocky movies that was written supposedly by Sylvester Stallone himself?
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, the one movie novelization I have to pick up is the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that Tarantino wrote himself. I'm kind of curious about that one. So we'll see.
Do they still do those anymore? Does anybody know?
They don't. And Quentin Tarantino was like, I want to bring the movie novelization back. Actually, I say they don't, but I think they do. Go ahead. You were going to say, Chris?
Yeah, I got a bunch of them, and my brother's got a bunch of them. And coincidentally, I do have the Clue version of the movie novelization, except I didn't pay. Yeah, I did not pay nowhere near that.
Dude.
Well, I would hang on to it or sell it and buy a new car. The choice is yours. So.
Maybe sell it and get a new game console. I don't know.
Yeah, I know I paid at least $100 for it, but it was nowhere near 600 or 800.
Is it any good? Did you get to read it?
I've not read it yet. I kept it in the plastic bag it came in.
I see.
I think that would be.
All right, cool.
Well, that's cool. It's neat to know someone who actually owns it. I'm like, hell's bells. I mean, if that's right.
I used to own the novelization for Batman Mask of the Phantasm. I actually read it too.
Oh, man.
Remember the Batman animated movie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one of my favorite Batman movies. I've got it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and digital download.
Wow.
I love that movie that much.
Yeah. It's a good little movie. If you get the set of the box set, Batman Animated Series box set on Blu-ray, it comes with that movie along with the series and along with Sub-Zero. Not Mystery of the Batwoman though. I had to get that separate. They didn't put that in the set for some reason. Anyway,
so that's the Batman Animated Series you said, right?
Yeah. Mystery of the Batwoman was based on the newer adventures, but it was like the second Batman animated series had like the younger Robin, the Tim Drake Robin in it. But it was a made for video feature film. I didn't think it was bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I bought it when I still worked at a local music store because they sell used CDs and DVDs, and I found it there. So like, sure, why not? It's Batman animated series.
Yeah, not bad. It was fun. It was fun. It was a fun little movie. It has the Penguin and Bane as the big heavies in it, but also who is the Batwoman? And you're trying to figure out. It's like a whodunit too. You're trying to find out who's the Batwoman. Okay.
Yeah. It's actually an interesting, nice twist when you find out who it is.
I like it. Yeah, it's a good little. It's a good little Batman animated movie. Not bad. Let's say it's as good as the others, but it's good.
Yeah, I found it. How much I paid for the Clue novel? Are you ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
$152.50.
Okay. How long ago did you buy it?
August of last year.
That skyrocketed on you.
Yeah. Yeah. I found it on eBay, and I think I might have been in a bidding war when I did.
I got a still in the shrink wrap Super Street Fighter 2 for Super Nintendo. And I never opened it, and I got it for $50, and then like a year later, it like quadrupled in price. Okay, so
Wow.
I didn't bother opening it up, but yeah.
Oh, look what I just got.
What'd you
Like
get?
last week.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Number
Spidey
40.
saves the day.
Yep.
Nice.
Number 40, huh?
It's the origin of the Green
What's the
Goblin.
rating?
Origin of the Green Goblin. Is that when you find
Oh,
out who he
nice.
is?
Yeah, it's a 6.0.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's respectable. It was affordable. I mean,
Yep.
all things considered. It's about a car payment, but just one car payment.
Oh, Green Lion Girl's in the chat. Hello.
Oh, Greeny, how are you?
Hello.
Long time no see. I'm being facetious. I was just listening to your show like 20 minutes ago.
We got Team Ghost Planet. She thinks your comic book's nice.
Thank you.
All right.
My goal is to get all the original Green Goblin appearances graded and in plastic.
Cool.
I'm a quarter of the way there.
All right.
Nice.
So we all set.
So, if anyone wants to get me a first appearance of the Green Goblin, I don't care what the rating is, but a 9.8 would be very appreciated. But I would take a 0.5 because that's probably what I can afford at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
All right. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, play. And this is a Paramount film. Paramount was quite the studio back in the 80s. Whatever happened, I don't know.
Well, you say whatever happened, but they still put out movies. I mean, they're better than Universal. Is Universal still a movie studio? I wonder sometimes. Paramount, they're big on the Mission Impossible movies. That's a big thing.
But what else are they doing? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, you had actually no. Universal does Fast and Furious,
and that's not something to be proud of, is it?
I don't know. I have a soft spot for them, but I know they're not for everybody. Madeline Kahn, I like her in this. Good. This is a stellar cast.
Yeah. Deborah Hill, production. She's worked with John Carpenter.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Married John Carpenter.
Yeah, no, she was a big deal producer though. She produced the original Halloween before they even got together. She was the producer on that, and Li Ving. Jeffrey Chernoff. Okay.
Yep. John Morris.
Yeah, John Morris. You know a lot about him, Daniel?
Yeah, he did quite a few films. He did the Coach TV theme. I used to watch that show with my grandmother. Dirty Dancing, Spaceballs, Woman in Red, History of the World Part 1, Elephant Man. He got an Oscar nomination for that. Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. Good producers. If you notice the pattern, he was kind of married to, not really married, but career-wise, he was kind of married to Mel Brooks.
Yeah, not a bad deal there.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, Green Lion Girl says she's going to be designing you a house next time. Be thinking about color schemes and styles.
Cool. Can we get Tudor architecture in on this?
I think that's it. She's doing stuff in The Sims, right? Yeah.
That is a very cool house. I always liked that mansion there, even as a kid, seeing this.
This is like the foreboding
more houses
house.
need gargoyles.
What'd you say, gargoyles?
Yeah, more houses need gargoyles.
No, there was if you watch The Evil with us, there was a Halloween stream. There was a gargoyle in that, and you heard laughing as the guy got sucked into the ground because no one escapes the evil. But anyway, we're not doing The Evil. We're doing a nice, pleasant movie about lots of murder,
murder and comedy all in one place.
I like the dogs. Is this the first sign that something's off? That I guess the owner or the butler has no control over the dogs. Like he has to throw them fresh steaks to get in the house, right?
Magnum always had to outrun the Dobermans.
That's true. See, when you got these fancy houses, though, you need your guard dogs, right?
Yeah.
Yep, hit that landmine.
Yeah, the poop.
Dog just gives him the sad puppy eyes.
Oh, I hate stepping in poop. Okay.
And this was actually just all a set they constructed. They spent like $1 million constructing this set.
Like, and it was worth every penny.
Yeah.
It
was later used in was it Dynasty?
I would keep it. It's a good it's a good old house. I would.
Dynasty came and turned it into a hotel.
Here we have the French maid.
Now, Madonna wanted this role. Jennifer Jason Leigh wanted this role. She rented a maid costume to show up for the audition, and she got the role.
Yeah, that's Colleen Camp as a vet, right?
Yep.
Could you imagine Madonna doing this?
I think she could have pulled it off.
Yeah, I could have seen her doing this role. Yeah, it's a fun role, and I think she would have had fun with it. But I do like the actress they got. She's good too. So, I do like how all the characters are sort of color coordinated, right?
Yeah, sort of.
You know, like he has blondish hair, kind of a tan overcoat. It's, obviously gold tie. So I'm trying to say, I bet that's Colonel Mustard, right? Yes. Okay.
Yep.
He was it Sabrina the Teenage Witch later on?
Who? Tim Curry?
Colonel Mustard.
Oh, hold on.
Martin Mull. I don't know. He wasn't he on WKRP in Cincinnati? Was that his big show?
No.
Oh,
he might have been in an episode, but he wasn't a regular.
All right, I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh, I'm thinking of the lead cop. I think he shows up. He was on it. I'd be smiling. You got booze and something else that rhymes with booze. Okay. Anyway, so here we go. I like Mrs. White, all dressed in black.
Mm-hmm.
I like Madeline Kahn. I thought she should be in more movies. Look at this. This is Yvette the maid. Oh, I love her line later about Yvette, but we'll get there.
No, this was originally going to be Carrie Fisher.
Oh, wow.
No. Yeah. She showed up to talk to the director, and she fell down, and she was sniffling a lot, and the director just thought she had allergies, but then she went into drug rehab.
Oh.
And she told the director, she's like, "No, I can still do the movie. I'll just, I'll come to work during the day and I'll go to rehab at night." And the director, he was English and he didn't know anything about drugs, he says. And he's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And Deborah Hill said, "Yeah, that's cool too." And the insurance company got into it and they're like, "What the hell are you talking about? No, we're not going to insure you for this. No. So yeah. They had to recast.
Leslie Ann Warren. So we got Leslie Ann Warren. She's been in a few movies. What was she in?
Oh, yeah.
Was she in something with John Travolta? Trying to think. She was in Pure Country, I think. Maybe I'm getting it. She was in Pure Country. I don't know. I remember her in a movie about a country singer. Okay, so I'm assuming it was Pure Country. Mrs. Peacock, who's I guess literally peacocking, right?
And has a fur.
She looks like she's out of a Harry Potter movie.
Yeah. So let me see here. And Warren. All right. So, and of course, the great Michael McKean as Mr. Green. Okay, who one of my favorite comic actors. I was very happy when I was watching an episode of Smallville and Perry White shows up and Michael McKean's playing him. And I'm thinking whenever I saw Perry, when I thought about it, he actually was perfect for Perry White Superman. But yeah, glad to see him on this. He was in Spinal Tap, another favorite movie of mine.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, he's got comedic chops and timing, so perfect for it.
Yeah. He was also in A Mighty Wind, where he was in a band called the Folksmen, which actually had the same two other members of Spinal Tap. So it was a
Yeah, it's almost like a folks version of Spinal Tap, sort of.
pretty much. Yeah. It was. Spinal Tap. Have you ever seen Spinal Tap? This is Spinal Tap, Birdman.
No. Do I need to?
It is considered, and I might have to agree, the funniest movie ever made. It is a lampooning of the rock and roll scene of like the early '80s. Okay, like rock bands. It's merciless. Okay, but we have, of course, the great Tim Curry.
Colonel Mustard checking out the Yvette there.
Yep.
It's funny that all the guys do.
Yeah, I mean, come on. When you're in the audience, you're doing it. There's a lot of male gaze in this movie. Boo.
Yes, there is.
I think Leslie Ann Warren's the prettiest person up on the screen.
Oh yeah, she's very attractive. There was an episode of Psych that parodied this movie. It's called 100 Clues.
Yeah.
And Martin Mull, Leslie Ann Warren, and I want to say Christopher Lloyd all came back as characters for that episode.
Oh, cool. Is Leslie Ann Warren a redhead in this? I'm seeing a brunette. I think I've seen her as a redhead before in other movies, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I thought she makes sense to cast a redhead as Miss Scarlet. So.
Yep. Yeah, I thought about that too, because I was wondering, like, is she playing a redhead in this movie? But it looks a bit more brown than red. It does
look more brown. I kept thinking it was red when I saw it, because I think maybe it is red. I don't know. It depends on how dark it is. She's got the green dress. Yeah. I think I've seen her as a redhead in other movies, though. So
she still looks good. You should look her up. I mean,
no,
she's very attractive.
Very good looking woman. I also like Madeline Kahn, though, but she's. I'm trying to get her age range in this movie. I don't know.
I want to say most of the main cast were in their early to mid 40s at the time.
That makes sense. And I love this. He's slurping the soup. And she kind of looks at him, whatever. And then she slurps too. Like I thought that was like a faux pas.
And they're all watching.
And they're eating shark fin soup, which I believe is outlawed in certain parts of the world. I don't think you can eat it here in the States, can you? I could be wrong there, but I
probably could in 1954.
Yeah.
So, Chris P., when was your first time watching this?
Oh, I was in grade school. I remember it being at the theater, but I never saw it at the theater. I ended up renting it and watching it that way on VHS. And the VHS tape had all 3 endings.
Yep. And I caught it on Showtime. It was a regular play on Showtime. Like this Young Sherlock Holmes movies like that. And this had all 3 endings on it as well. We should probably get into that a little bit. For those of you maybe not in the know in the audience, apparently this had released with 3 different endings, and depending on which theater you went to or which showing, you would get a different ending. Pretty neat, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
and
go ahead. Oh,
I was gonna say, if they ever do a fancy Blu-ray release of this, they should do it where they just have each ending. You can watch it just with an alternate ending and not the other 2 ending, where you can see it could randomize it for you. Like have a randomizer where you get. I guess they won't do that, but it would have been neat.
That'd be cool if it did. I remember when I looked at the theater listings in the paper, it had endings A, B, and C. but it didn't say which was which. It said ending A, ending B, ending C.
I actually like that. That was smart on their part, because let's say you went to go see it and you went to go see ending A, but then like as might happen, a friend of yours might want to go see it again. Like maybe you see it with a friend and then a family member wants to go see it. You then pick the other ending. That way you at least get something different, right?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Like I could have gotten a different ending, 3 different endings to Face Off, because I was stuck seeing that movie 3 times in the theater. Okay, but anyway.
That was your choice, Boomer.
Yeah, it's never my choice. I'm terrified I'm gonna get stuck seeing the Eternals. Like that's a knife being dangling over me. I'm gonna get. I don't think I will, but I just worry. Anyway, what are we watching here though? We were watching the that disgusting looking dish they're eating, which I kept thinking, what is that? And we find out what it is later on. But I thought, is that like beef stroganoff or something? What is it? I can't.
Beef stroganoff.
Well, it's like white. I don't. It's like white goo, and I'm like, what is it? You know,
Yeah, it almost looks like eggs, but with the yolk covering, or the egg white covering the yolk is what it looks like.
That looks disgusting.
Yeah, this is why you eat supper before you go to a dinner party, so you're not hungry.
Her hair is reddish in some. I don't know. It like goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's a really dark red, like a wine red, maybe. I don't know. I like the name Wadsworth, right? That's a perfect name for a butler. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I've noticed. I remember growing up hearing butlers' names always ended with Worth. It was something Worth. And example, DuckTales. Scrooge McDuck's butler was Duckworth.
Oh.
So you got Worth there, and you got Wadsworth here. And I remember hearing,
yes.
Yes.
Duckworth. Green Line Girl says shark fin soup used to be considered lucky. I think Gordon Ramsay did a special where he investigated where it comes from and how the fins are harvested. Okay.
I'm guessing off of sharks.
Well, I don't know. Maybe can you cut off a fin and another one grows like when you're shearing a sheep?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's teeth to that though. They regrow teeth. Which, I mean, when I die and get to heaven, like, second question is, God, why can't we just regrow teeth? I mean, I'm not telling you how to do things, but that would have been really great.
and he said, well, I gave you 2 sets. It's like, Yvette. And she's wearing, of course, the what is that thing on her neck?
Joker?
Choker.
Okay, of course. Okay. Actually, for this type of movie, it's appropriate, right?
Yep.
Not that I want to spoil anything. Of course, if you don't know who dies, why are you watching our commentary? You should just watch the movie. But here we go. We got.
So I read that they borrowed all of the furnishings from other houses.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, probably too. They wanted furnishings that would have been appropriate for the period, right? So they had to probably look around. Because this is what 1954. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's when movies still showed people smoking too.
It crops up in certain movies. Disney is the no smoking studio. They're like no smokers. But like even Warner Brothers, Blade Runner 2049, Kay was smoking in that. Okay, that was a few years ago. So I don't know if all the other studios are as strict. Because I know that was a big thing with Stranger Things was the fact there was so much smoking on the show, and then they had to, we're not going to do it anymore. We swear or something, because that was a thing. It's an 80s show. Everybody smoked back then. I remember.
Remember when doctors did commercials for cigarettes?
I'm not that
No.
old.
Thank you for that charming picture, Green Lion Girl.
Okay, yikes.
So they went from German Shepherds to Dobermans.
Interesting. Don't get started on the dogs. We were having that.
Yes, I was just about to say something
last
about that.
week was just you know what, we should have had you on last week to suffer along with us for that remake. I'm sorry. I pick on part 3. Of course, you don't have to watch part 4. We're not talking about the Omen tonight. We're done with the Omen. Never to be revisited until we get another remake come out.
Yeah, they shall never be spoken of again. I just noticed that they do a lot of drinking and smoking in this movie.
Yeah, well, that was a thing on Mad Men. Like everyone's smoking and everyone's drinking. They're like having martini lunches. And like one of the sales guys was also trying to be a fiction writer. Like, how do you find the time? It's like, well, I kind of fake drink at a lot of our meetings. Like I'll have one drink and just try and con people think I'm. Yeah, they're drinking martinis, they're smoking, chain smoking, and they're having oysters. Okay, that's what they did on Mad Men. Because that's in the 60s, it's the 50s. I don't know what they did in the 50s.
Yeah, just a little bit before that.
That's a nice house, though. Like when you're a kid, that's the house you want to be living in, right?
Yeah,
I'd live in that house right now.
What? What's kind of like
right
secret passages and busts of famous people and a library and a study.
I have busts of famous people in a library.
Billiard room with a bar.
I don't have that, but I also don't drink.
You got a billiard. Yeah, you want your game room with your your dartboard, your billiards. Okay, a poker table probably in there too. Okay,
possibly.
It's a nice dress.
It is.
Okay. So they picked their names, or were they assigned to them? Because these are not their real names, which makes sense because that was the real names that would kind of limit some of the believability in this movie, right?
Yeah. So they're given aliases.
Yeah. So then they explain why they begin aliases, so it makes some sense. Okay. Because there's enough ridiculousness coming up, but not beyond the point of implausibility, right? So there we go. Have you ever been blackmailed? Actually, that's not.
I ever been blackmailed?
Anyway. Yeah,
I don't think my life is interesting enough to get blackmailed. I mean, you're like, okay. One time I bought a tie at Kmart. Okay, I admit it. I was in college. I was going through an experimental phase.
Don't even.
I bought
if you say it's a clip on, I'm leaving.
Okay. Just get off my back about it, Boomer. Okay, it was college time. Okay, college.
Was it a clip on?
No, but it was polyester. I feel bad about the whole experience, but it was college, long time ago.
I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of the necktie. I do wear them when the occasion calls for it, but I don't know. But I think you're more a fan of the necktie than I am, Birdman? Or you have a bow tie on tonight?
Probably so. I mean, I have them separated from like spring, winter, and so I have different tie wardrobes for time of the year. So
I always do a Windsor, or is it a half Windsor? I don't know.
I'm gonna say you probably do a 4 in hams. But we don't have to fight about it tonight.
Whatever. But Michael McKean, okay, and this is where he admits to being gasp a homosexual, right? And as soon as he says that, Christopher Lloyd gets up and leaves. Isn't he a shrink, though? Would that bother him? See, everything's off about everybody. I mean, I'm sure that's not the first homosexual man who walked into a zoo who he's met, okay, as being a shrink, okay? So I don't know. That's the big scandal back then. Okay, here's Mr. Body. Oh, she gets it, and Mrs. Peacock is happy. Oh, look at that. Guess we go to the police, and all your secrets will be out. Is that the problem? There's Yvette monitoring the tape recording. So you never played Clue Birdman, huh?
I know I played it. I'm just not a fan of
board games.
Board games.
It's all right.
Green Line Girl says she used to work at Kmart. That's cool.
Kmart. Look at this. What's in there? Presents for everybody.
And Zootopia's in the house. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Zootopia.
Hey, Zootopia.
Were you like wondering what's in the packages when you first saw this? And then they open them up, and I'm like, of course. You know? This is probably the most successful adaptation of a board game to movie, right?
Well, you brought up Battleship before the show, so
yeah, there was Battleship. Did you see Battleship?
No.
With Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's in it.
No. Yeah, he has a bit part in it. Yeah.
About aliens and like they're underwater in ships and they have to, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of has a Transformers feel to it.
Yeah. I was bringing that up too. Yeah, I think Rihanna was in it in her first starring role. There's a rope, a pipe. I used to like the pipe. I used to like the little weapons on the that came with the.
More people are murdered by blunt objects than they are by handguns every year.
No, yeah, they're easily accessible.
And Professor Plum gets the gun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Nice shiny little dagger there.
That's a good weapon, a dagger. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. It's weird. I hear a clock ticking, but I imagine it's not the one from the movie. Okay. So are you impressed with Mr. Body? He seems like the kind of guy. Yeah, he seems like the sleazy guy that would blackmail you. Okay, that's what I'm looking
at.
Now I'm going to turn out the light.
Oh, wow, those old light switches. I remember those.
Yep. Of course, they're screaming.
Remember that episode of The Shield where Mackie locked those two rival gang bangers in the storage unit, and he said, "Y'all need to work out your problems. I'll be back in the morning." He came back, and only one guy came out. He was like, "Oh."
Of course. Well, that was on The Shield, right?
Yeah.
I remember The Shield.
Which will probably never be on Disney Plus.
No. There was some messed up stuff on The Shield.
Yeah, there was.
Anyway. not a forensic expert. So everyone's a professional, right? Actually, they go into what other link is, right?
Hmm.
This is the kind of house that either murder happens in or there's a ghost, right?
Or both.
Or a vampire. I can see a vampire living in this house.
Zootopia saw Clue in the theaters when he was a kid. Which ending did you get?
Oh,
Zootopia?
nice.
Do you remember?
I could see this set getting reused a lot. Do you like her French accent? Or does it seem over the top?
I think the only French things I like are French fries and French kissing.
Okay. Are French fries really French?
That's French.
Do they put
French toast
mayonnaise?
is cool.
Do they put mayonnaise on the fries in France?
No, I don't do that. I'm an American.
I'm just saying. I don't know. They do
put
that in certain
ketchup.
parts of the world. They'll put mayonnaise on the fries. Don't ask me why. That's a bizarre thing to do. I think in England it's salt and vinegar, though, right? But yeah.
So Zootopia, do you have a crush for Miss Scarlet? I mean, if so, I mean, you're not alone.
Yeah, you have good taste.
Yeah, I like her. I like the maid too, though. I'll be honest. I like the vet.
And Zootopia, how would you feel about Princess Leia being Miss Scarlet? She almost was until she went into rehab. Oh, and Green Line Girl, who is full of information tonight, says French fries are from Belgium. That's interesting.
Well, that's close enough. Never mind. I watched a French Belgium co-production movie called Raw. It's about cannibalism. We'll have to put that one on the docket for some time. Okay.
Yes.
Put that in the never time.
Okay. That would have been perfect for the Thanksgiving Eve rewatch. Okay, because then you would have no appetite the next day. Anyway.
I did see, speaking of like foreign language films on the Netflix, it's not on anymore, of course not, but it's called like The 12th Man or The 11th Man or The 13th Man. But
what?
Yeah, it's about, I think they were Norwegian commandos in World War II. Failed mission. True story. They got caught when they landed by the Nazis, and the sole survivor, it's his story of how he got away from them.
Wow.
And no subtitles. You've got English, German, Norwegian, and I think one other language in the film.
Huh.
And it's worth your time to watch.
I'll look for it.
I felt like I got hypothermia from watching most of the movie because he's in cold water, and it's just like, oh Lord, hurts.
Yeah. Cold water's not fun. I wonder if this was my introduction to Tim Curry. Was this movie? It might have been.
This was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine too.
A great actor. He's in the movie Congo.
Yeah.
He's a great character actor. I like Madam Mrs. White.
Well, Zootopia, thank you for sharing that with us. The maid jump-started your hormones. Okay. She did nothing for mine.
I might have to. I'm afraid I might have to concur with Mrs. Zootopia. She was probably one of those childhood, right on the cusp. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She Yvette was up there. So was. What was her name? 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 What was her n Another maid, oddly enough, in from the Dark Shadows series, the revival series, I liked her a lot too. The one who played Angelique,
Angelique?
not from the original series, the one from the revival series. Yeah,
Yeah, Angelique.
Angelique. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Meg Tilly. I liked Meg Tilly a lot too. But okay, so there we go. We got Christopher Lloyd. He's not quite as zany in this movie as he is in most things, but I think that's a testament to his acting prowess, right?
I like Miss Scarlet. I like my women classy.
You realize that she is a lady of the hour, if you know what I
She's
mean.
a classy lady of the
Yeah,
hour.
I'm just
She's
saying
the,
what she does
she's
for
the
a
hiding
living,
prize to the.
and it's all an act. But go ahead. Okay, I'm just saying. They were gonna have dessert. You see the dessert they had there? It was like a chocolate mousse cake or something. Oh no.
Are either of you fans of the TV show MASH?
I never watched it. I'm sure it's a good show. I know it's a classic. I never really watched it.
Anyway, the actress playing the cook, she was a regular in the series, Nurse Kelly.
Interesting. Was she the blonde nurse woman?
No.
Okay, yeah, because she was in a movie called Race with the Devil with another actress who played the original Angelique on the original Dark Shadows. There you go. There's the tie. That was a leap. We are going to do Race with the Devil someday, Daniel. You're not avoiding that movie.
Okay.
Just let you know. That or I'll rope Troy into doing it sometime when he's too drunk on a Friday. I'll say. I already roped him into watching Roadhouse and Roadhouse. So did you are you any good at these types of things? Figuring out who the murderer is in these movies. Let's see.
I guess it depends on how good the script and the acting is.
Because like I said,
I
I do
mean,
watch.
you can't think the maid is more attractive than Miss Scarlet. I mean, come on now.
I don't know. Oh, no Syrian tonight. We do have a Cedrez Moss in the chat. I don't know. I kept thinking maybe Sir Ian was not a fan of the Omen movies. That's why we didn't see him for like a month. But I don't
He's
know.
a Jerry Goldsmith fan. He's a big Goldsmith fan.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know where he went. Maybe he's busy with stuff. I keep forgetting their time. The time zone. We're like on at 2 a.m. for him over there, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
I was on a Zoom call with Inside the Score today. It was the monthly Patreon call.
oh, cool.
And he starts at 7 o'clock GMT, which is like 1 o'clock here. And he usually goes for like an hour or so because he's like, well, I got to eat supper. I'm like, you're eating supper like 9 o'clock at night? Good Lord, who does that?
Sometimes when you're I had to do that last night. I think
Yep.
my eating schedule got all messed up yesterday because of my work schedule. And then I did a stream with Mr. Matchstick after, and then I was like, so I ate my lunch for dinner and my dinner at like 10. It's like,
I had my dinner at 8 o'clock last night.
But
A
yeah,
little later than usual.
I will say this: does it ever seem like whenever people are invited out to dinner at these places, it's always later at night, like it's 7 or something? You know, it's never at like 5 or 6.
Yeah, it seems like that sometimes.
Oh. Ah!
They left the cook there.
Well, they're trying not to like touch things, right? They don't want to get their fingerprints on stuff, obviously, right? I'll say this though: every character in this, it's how I would expect them to look. Okay. Though I think Mr. Green should have had like a green tie. Is but
Of course, not to be morbid here, but your body organs shut down at different times.
okay. Yeah, I gotta admit, Zootopia, I'm with you on this. The maid kind of, yeah. I like Miss Scarlet too, though. Heck, I even like Mrs. White, to be honest with you. There's, don't know about Mrs. Peacock though. She seems a little too zany for my taste. Yeah, the maid though. I'm sorry. Lean her over the table. The couch. Okay. Would you have secret passages in your mansion, Mr. Birdman?
Yes.
Would they lead to like dark dungeons?
No, I'm not into the 50 Shades of Grey type stuff.
Okay, well, I wasn't going there, but I meant like,
Okay.
when you want to, capture your enemies and, lock them in a cage or something. Or your date of the evening. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway. Just...
Chris P., would you have secret passages in your mansion?
I think you got to take a phone call.
Okay.
But let's see here, though. I don't know. Like, if I had one of these old stately houses, like, would like a TV look right in one of these old stately houses? I don't know. I'd probably have to have a separate room underneath. How about you, Crispy? Would you have secret passages in your mansion?
Heck yeah. It's part of having a mansion. It's one of the reasons why you have it. Secret passages.
Yeah. See, if I watch like my European horror movies, though, a lot of the mansions, they're always dilapidated, right? Because it's an old family estate that has no money. But then there's always like an apartment in there that's well furnished, and like it looks perfectly nice. And then there's a torture chamber next to the apartment, usually where the person takes the victims, that sort of thing. Okay. He's gonna. Now, I'm sorry. I'm using the phone and you lock me in the room. I'm gonna be suspicious. Okay.
Yeah.
He throws the key. So, do you have the score to this movie?
I don't. La La Land did a release on it back in, what year was it? Oh, I wrote it down. 2011. It goes for like $150 on eBay right now.
Okay.
I think there's one on eBay and that's it, and I think it's like $125. Mondo Records did a 30th anniversary pressing in 2015. They did 6 different colored vinyls, so there's 6 versions of it.
Oh, is one based on different characters, like one Scarlet, one Mustard? Okay, gotcha.
Yes, and depending on what character you want, you're paying $1 to about $250.
Interesting.
So
it's like when Reservoir Dogs got released on DVD, and you get the different characters on the cover. Like you get Mr. Brown, Mr. Pink, Mr. All the because they had code names in that one as well.
Yeah, it was a different character for each cover, right?
Yep, I got Mr. Brown. He was like the seediest. Not gonna say the seediest character, but like that's Tarantino's cameo character. He doesn't last long in the movie.
Yeah, my brother's got the soundtrack to this movie. I don't know if it's La La Land or not.
Is it
I'll
on
have to
CD?
ask him. Yeah, it was years ago though.
It could be the La La Land soundtrack.
I mean, if you like accidentally made me a copy, I'd be most appreciative.
Sure, actually, I bet
I mean,
you could.
accidents happen all the time, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or La La Land, if you're watching the show, you could reissue it, for Christmas, and I'll just buy it from you.
Okay, so they're gonna draw the they're gonna do the stuff with the fancy matchsticks, right? Will anyone go with me? I will. Yeah, they both say I will.
No, I will. I won't.
Tim Curry has very expressive eyes. You ever notice that? It's like his mood just comes through however he. All right, this is kind of neat. This is like the whole take on drawing straws, right? So you have to you're trying to get the matchup, okay?
Team Ghost Planet 3.0 says Doc Brown is funny. Yeah, he got to start in Taxi.
That's
If
right.
anyone
He
ever
was on
watched
Taxi.
Taxi.
Yep, Reverend Jim.
That's a great series, great comedy series from the 70s. I like Taxi, and then he shows up in Star Trek 3 as the villain. We did that a few weeks ago, actually. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, Professor Plum and Miss Scott, the two with the glasses.
So do you enjoy this score, Boomer?
Yeah, I mean it's fanciful. I like it though.
Yeah.
And we have the Shake, Rattle, and Roll song at the end credits. It was playing earlier too on the radio by Bill Haley and his Comets. I remember getting a video game for the NES called Snake, Rattle, and Roll. I guess that was a play on Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Do you understand? And it was,
Yeah.
it had kind of a rock and roll style soundtrack to it. But it was,
Boomer, do you have any local shops around where you live that sell old game console games and game consoles like NES, Super NES, N64, stuff like that?
There was one. I don't know if they're still open because this was prior to the pandemic, but there was one in a neighboring town, not the town I live in, but a neighboring town that did have old cartridges for the old game systems. They had, like I remember the woman showed me a copy of Contra they had when I went in there because I was promoting something for the library system, seeing if they might put up a poster for us. But yeah, I don't even know if they're still around though. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, you're what?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say. What about you? Any place in your
town?
town?
Yeah. There's a couple of places around town. I think you'd actually love shopping there.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. One I've bought. Some old DS games, Nintendo DS games, and PS2 and PS3. It's been a few years, but I've seen them. I always want to buy ice hockey, but I never do. I always check to see if it's there, but I never buy it.
Ice hockey's cheap though. If you ever want to get it, you can get it for like
Yeah,
not. It's not a lot of money on eBay if you for
yeah,
the NES at least.
yeah. It's usually like $5, I think. So, but yeah, they've got some old stuff too. Like I mean, like the old NES. I know I've seen Zelda there. Track and Field.
Oh sure.
Some Konami games, Castlevania, and then they've
I
got. In fact, one of the stores had a Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, like the small handheld game cartridges on
yeah.
sale. That it was like a weekend thing they had going on.
Cool.
So,
I
but yeah,
have a lot of that stuff regardless, but I always good to shop around there. You might find something.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you'd like checking those places out at the very least.
Yeah, definitely. What state do you live in?
Um, not to. I'll type it in the private chat.
Yeah, don't say it on air. That's fine.
Yeah.
Is everybody doing this side by side thing because they're afraid they turn their back on the other person, they get stabbed or something? Is that
Yeah.
what's going on here?
That's a
Okay, I
shame.
see.
Look how much dust is on those wine bottles.
Dude, you could probably have a good time. You could have some wine. You could have some cigars, right? You know, I don't know. How about you, Daniel? You ever partake in a good cigar?
Play what?
You ever partake in a good cigar?
No.
All right.
No, my father died when I was 3 from lung and throat cancer,
That's
so I've
right.
always
I'm
been pretty
sorry. Yeah, you told me.
anti.
Sorry about that. I
It
had a
wasn't your
cigar.
doing. Sorry.
I think I've had 2 cigars in my life. Okay, that's about it. But they were nice. Okay. You know what this movie reminds me a little bit of? Remember those old I Spy books you could get and look at all the stuff in them? I don't know. That's the thing. Parker Brothers could probably do a clue themed book where you look for clues on like the pages, right? You know?
There's been talk about doing a remake of this.
No.
No.
We could get Chloe Zhao to direct it with
Yeah, Chloe Zhao was about right.
yeah.
Or Ryan Johnson, because he's
Ryan
already
Johnson
doing his
to
own.
write it. Ryan
Yeah, there
Johnson
you
can
go.
write it.
He's so good at those whodunits, man. I'm telling you. Okay. Um. Is this the police officer?
Yeah.
Now he's separate from the cops that are waiting. Is that right? I think he doesn't know about the sting operation. He's just seeing abandoned cars, trying to figure out if everything's all right, which it isn't. Burn the evidence.
Yep. I'm wondering where they find those gloves.
All killers have black gloves. You need the black gloves, okay? Where do you find them in real life? I don't know. I think they used to be for like in the old days. They were for people that rode motorcycles. They get those black gloves. I think. I don't know. So look at that. Look at that fireplace, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
And what do we have? Another murder.
Yep.
You got to yell it out like that. You know, I learned that from
Murder.
Mystery Science Theater 3000. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus last. Murder. That was a line from one of the episodes. I wouldn't mind being paired with Miss Scarlet, though.
Me neither.
You pair me up with her any day.
Yeah, I agree with you, Green Line Girl. I'm about fed up with the remakes, reboots, sequels. I'm tired of it. You're just stop, 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 stop. I think Halloween Kills did me in. I'm just done. I'm fed up. Just stop. It feels like now they're remaking the bad sequels to old horror movies, which were not good to begin with. That's what it feels like now, and it's like stop, just stop doing it. I don't want to see a remake of this. It'll have Chris Pratt in it, though. You know it will, right? Have Chris Pratt and Idris Elba will both be in it. Okay, I'm predicting. Okay, and what's her name? And you'll have a Channing Tatum as the sexy butler instead of a sexy maid, right? Is that what they'll do, right? For a modern audience, what do you think?
Mhm.
That's pretty solid doors there.
I already know who would be in the Tim Curry role as the butler. It would be that late night host I can't stand that also does Broadway stuff. It'd be him. Okay, Gordon something, or I don't know.
That'd be some pretty big shoes to fill there, trying to take after Tim Curry.
So you pick an actor I don't like and you put him in the role. That's what they would do. Okay. I was expecting the chandelier to fall on him and kill him.
Yeah.
Because you think a chandelier is about to fall, someone's going to die, right? Am I wrong? Okay. I think there was a line in Fight Club. I don't know why this popped in my head, but like, you pick a celebrity you'd like to punch, and one guy said William Shatner. Now I would
What
never want to
are you
punch him.
limiting me to just one?
Yeah, it's just one.
Oh.
And back in the day, I had my answer, and this was before we knew more about him. But I said Jared the Subway guy. Okay, that's who I wanted to punch. But then we find out other stuff about him later on. That's not too kosher. But anyway, but this is before that. I just found those commercials horribly obnoxious. I wanted to punch Jared the Subway guy. He was my number one pick, but not William Shatner though. Everybody likes William Shatner. Come on.
George Takei doesn't like William Shatner.
Yeah.
No. They look a little suspicious, don't they?
Yeah,
They
a
look
little
like
bit.
they're hiding something. Can I use your phone? Now, I would think back then having multiple phones in your house was a luxury, right? Most houses probably just had one, maybe two at most, I would think.
Made Snapchatting awfully hard.
Yeah. Back in the old days. You all seem very anxious about something. There you go. They're not going to lock him in there, are they? They're locking him in there.
Kind of like a big red flag.
Yeah, you think? Oh, hey, the door must be stuck. That darn door.
That's a lot of glass from the chandelier. I hate cleaning up glass. You always never seem to get all of it.
You never do.
No, there's always a shard waiting, laying in wait. It's the great line from the movie Reanimator when Dr. Herbert West says, industrial plastic, one of mankind's more durable inventions," when he drops the thing on the floor and it's plastic. J. Edgar Hoover. That's some nice paintings in there, huh? I want to see the big one. Think there's a painting of like the hunt for the hound with the foxes, huh? What do you think?
Probably.
Think there's a painting of dogs playing poker?
No.
Oh, you don't like that painting, huh?
No.
Too good for that painting. Okay, that's fine.
I wish I had a ballroom.
You wish you had a what?
I wish I had a ballroom.
Yeah, you can have balls.
You know, Danny Elfman's mansion that he's selling in Los Angeles has a ballroom.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like a dancing ballroom?
Yeah, like a legit ballroom. Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's $14 million for the mansion, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Peanuts. You can afford it.
It was a little out of my price range. Because after I bought the Clue novelization for Boomer, I mean, I just couldn't afford it anymore. Yeah.
And he wanted to get him the good copy, so it was the $800 one, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to read the character descriptions in that novel. See how they describe the vet,
Now, making out with corpses is kind of weird.
Grody. Kind of grody.
Yep.
I mean, I've never made out with a corpse myself, but I would imagine it's kind of weird.
Oh no. This is America, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Long black car.
Good old Tim Curry. He played the voice of Captain Hook on Peter Pan and the Pirates, which was a cartoon series. Did you know that, Mr. Birdman?
I'm sorry.
Tim Curry played the voice of Captain Hook on Peter Pan and the Pirates.
Didn't know that.
Okay. All right. Just I let you know. All right.
I have like fluid on my ears, so I'm not hearing as well tonight.
You have fluid? What do you mean you have fluid?
Like, well, let me get on to my medical history here. Like,
you don't got to give me your medical history. It's all right.
Okay, thanks, Joe Biden. Appreciate that. Let's not mandate it. No, my ears have been bothering me, and Rebecca did surgery on them and hurt them, but they're better. But they've been bothering me still. So I got some antibiotics.
Why does that always happen when people open the door and the ironing board falls on their head? That was the thing. That's why ironing boards became portable and they weren't stuck on there because of so many accidents. Okay. Look at that painting, huh? Huh? The painting moves. It'd be funny if you could flip it and be a different person on the other side. You know, like
Yeah.
here's the hideous Yvette. Oh, can't stand seeing her. Okay, I'm sorry.
Green
Oh,
Line Girl, what creepy stories do you know? Next Halloween's a long way off, dear. You know.
yeah. Maybe if we do, maybe there's a well, we can't because we don't have our streams on Friday. So maybe when there's a Friday 13th, but no. I want to know with all the Friday 13th movies, we never got a Jason Goes to Hollywood. That seemed like an oversight, okay?
That'd be perfect.
Or Jason Goes to Vegas.
Yeah, both of them would work.
Does her accent go away here? Am I recalling her correctly? Okay, she's done. We said she was wearing a choker, and what happened? She gets choked.
Yep.
Choked
A little foreshadowing there.
Little foreshadowing.
There really are quite a few murders in this movie.
And he gets hit with the pipe. That's not really foreshadowed because pipe. I don't know. Maybe he was a plumber. You know, it's like,
And what was her name again, Christy?
Jane Weedland.
From the Go-Go's.
Yep.
I have a question. What was her telegram supposed to be? Did we ever find out? Like, was that an important message or something that would help them solve things? But no, we're not going to know.
Maybe if we had the movie novelization, we would learn.
I like how he turns the shower on. His dog thing is the door. It's funny. I don't know. Is that a real house from the outshot, or is that a model?
I think it was a real house.
Okay.
I mean, the outside, not the inside.
Yvette, that's a true crime. That's the worst crime in this movie. But anyway,
there's probably another movie like right here that we could make, but
yeah, whatever. I don't know if that's symbolism that she's surrounded by balls, but anyway, I'm just saying. Anyway, okay, that's inappropriate. Stop making dirty humor on your stream, Daniel. This is a family hour, okay? All right. I like the policeman here, and he's no longer with us. And I also like the singing telegram girl that had 2 lines of dialogue, or like 1 line of dialogue, and she's
This is getting serious. Oh, as if the first one wasn't serious enough.
Well, Green Lion Girl is saying, check out Obsolete Oddities channel if you're curious. I will say there was a doctor who stole a patient's body after she passed from TB because he had fallen in love with her. Very creepy. Yeah, we have stories like that in Florida too. There's that dude in Key West that took his dead wife's body out of the mausoleum. And anyway, moving along.
Thank you, Greenie. Appreciate that.
See, this is a spooky movie, kind of, right? So there's an evil killer, a vicious killer, killing people. So here we go. Now we have the explanation, okay? Just the Columbo moment, right? If you'd like to see like a thing that's like this on a weekly basis, check out like Midsummer Murders, okay? Because they're always quirky characters. There's always the couple of characters you hate, and then they end up getting murdered, even though you think they're the suspect. No more creepy facts. I like the creepy facts. So, who's your favorite character in this movie, Chris P?
What was that? Who's my favorite character?
Yeah.
I like Wadsworth. I also like Miss Scarlet too.
Yeah, I think they're the standouts. I do like Mr. Green.
I like Wadsworth as a character. I like to look at Miss Scarlet.
Anyways, what about you? Okay, so you like Wadsworth the most as well, Daniel?
Yeah.
It's Tim Curry. This is kind of Tim Curry's movie.
I don't know, maybe the FBI agent. I mean, at the end, he kind of like stands out at the end.
Yeah, Michael McKean. Yeah. Well, these are all A-list comedic actors at the top of their game in this movie. They could have done more if you thought about it. They could have added like Dan Aykroyd and John Candy in one, and they kept doing more. I guess this didn't do so hot when it came out, though, did it?
It did not. Thank you for bringing that up. The budget was 15. The box office was 14.6.
Wow.
The critics were not very kind to it. It came out in the month of December, along with it's just a few of the movies that came out in December that year. Jewel of the Nile, Young Sherlock Holmes, Spies Like Us, Brazil, Enemy Mine, Revolution, which was a bomb. And then I guess the big nail in the coffin was Rocky IV. Maybe y'all have heard of it. It opened up November 27th, and that kind of ruled the month of December.
Listen.
So it kind of got lost in the mix.
Rocky IV was pretty intense, man. That was a huge deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Introduced the world. Or go ahead.
Introduced the world of Soviet boxing. Yes. Go ahead. You're saying.
Dolph Lundgren.
And
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dolph Lundgren, he was in the movie I Come in Peace.
Yep.
Which I would argue is also a Christmas movie because it takes place at Christmas time. Okay. Do we like the running around explanations? I'm getting dizzy watching all this.
I get dizzy sometimes just lying in bed. So,
All right. Did you pinch a nerve?
Ears. The vertigo's been bothering me a lot lately.
Oh, I see.
Green Line Girl, do you not like the Creed movies? I like the first one, second one, not so much. But
I haven't seen the second one yet. Are you buying this explanation?
I suppose. I kind of wish they'd filmed the fourth one where Wadsworth was the killer and he killed everybody, even these people.
Yeah, well. So do you like the first ending the best, Daniel?
I think I like the third one.
Oh, so yeah.
Which ending do you like, Boomer?
Might be I don't know. I got to think about that. I'll let you know when we get to them. I think it might be the first one. Yeah. The first one made the most sense to me, I think. The other seemed more convoluted, I think. Yeah. So I guess I'll have to find. I should find the Siskel and Ebert review for this. See what they thought.
They did not like it.
You know what? They're no. You know what? They're no fun sometimes. That's the problem with them. Plus, of course, if it's up against Jewel of the Nile, Gene Siskel was head over heels in love or something else with Kathleen Turner. Did you know that? So
Really?
yes, back in the day, yes.
They were complained a lot about how they had the 3 endings and you had to go see it 3 times. They weren't happy with that.
Oh. That was the link between them. Okay. The next fusion bomb. That was a big thing back in the 50s. You know, nuclear.
Was.
So. Oh no, everyone is just kind of I don't know. He was a war profiteer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stole essential Air Force radio parts and sold them. That's kind of despicable, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty low.
Remember he slipped up and he said something about his mother's. I thought your parents were dead. Remember that? And it was this whole thing.
Yep. Said that beginning of the movie. I think when they were having dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Carrie Fisher. I don't know. I don't know if she would have been as good as the actress they got from Scarlet. And there's the singing telegram woman who Professor Plum had an affair with, right?
Yeah.
They just drop her.
Oh, and speaking of Christopher Lloyd, I believe on the next channel she will be doing a rewatch of Back to the Future, not this week, but the following week. Remember Back to the Future? Maybe you've heard of that movie?
Yeah, that's fine. I got a Back to the Future 3 kick this past weekend. I kept listening to the film score while I was driving to see Rebecca.
Okay, cool. I'll say this. I saw this when I was a kid, and I think I was more focused when I was a kid watching these explanations because I was like on the edge of my seat. Oh, wait, this. Like, I don't know if the modern TikTok audience would have patience for all this, right? What do you think?
Well, if it wasn't for video rentals, which they thought were going to kill the movie industry, and
Nope.
people putting this on cable television, which they thought would kill the movie industry, this movie would be completely forgotten.
Mm-hmm. The end is nigh. That's not an actual. It's not a proselytizer. That's a police officer, right? In disguise.
Yeah.
We learn that later. Yeah. One person who wasn't with us. The vet. This is, in my opinion, the most plausible, though, right? Because it's set up that Yvette was working for Miss Scarlet because she was one of Miss Scarlet's prostitutes, correct? That worked for her bordello, right? And okay, am I getting ahead of myself here?
Mhm.
A jealous wife. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Miss Scarlet ending seems the most plausible to me. It's kind of cut and dry. It makes sense. See, now we learn about the secret passages and how she was able to do all this, right? Go through all the secret passages.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to strangle someone, though. I don't know if she has the body strength for that.
Well, it's a movie, okay?
That's true.
She's got the gun.
Mhm.
She's gonna sell them. She's gonna sell it to the Russians, right? Is that what she's saying?
I don't know. I hear China's an up and coming country. You know, maybe they might want to buy them.
Well, that's the point. You're a communist. No, I'm a capitalist. She has a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, kill Butler. Is this the Dirty Harry a trick? About no, it's excitement. I don't know. I don't know how many bullets I shot. Remember that? You know, it's 1 + 2 plus fine. Okay.
Is it a 5-shot revolver or a 6-shot revolver, though?
I don't know. It's like here come the police.
Hmm. That's what you call pulling an Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Okay. You know,
Maybe it's too early for that joke.
maybe.
Nope,
And then
not
it
too
ends
early.
with the chandelier falling behind. See, I think this ending works. I like it. That's how it could have happened. Don't say that's how it could have happened, and that this other thing is not how it. You know, all of three of these are plausible endings. Okay, one is not definitive. I know it says it is, but that's a lie. Okay, it's because people need closure, so they have to pick one as the definitive one. What do you think of this ending?
It's probably my least favorite.
Yeah, I don't like it. Mrs. Peacock. Oh, monkey brains.
Yep.
Would you eat monkey brains?
No.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Not you.
no.
There's not enough A1 steak sauce to put on that. Mm-mm.
Oh, you're A1. You're not Liam Perrins.
No,
Just don't
A1
make
all the
that.
way.
Okay, I used to use that. Turn out your pockets. Empty your purses. Miss Scarlett's not the murderer. Oh. Mm. So did you buy Miss Peacock as the murderer? I don't know.
Kind of. I mean, she
I don't
seems like she has issues.
know.
I think Professor Plum could have killed maybe one or two of them,
Yeah.
and Miss White seems cold enough to do all of them. I don't think they get a reward if they solve the mystery. Team Ghost Planet.
No, probably not. That might have been an interesting thing, like you could text it in the first one that, or something with the phone in the theater, and then if you're the first one to get it right in the audience, you get you get a prize or something. You know,
Hmm.
here come the police. Here come the police. I like the Mounties. They're Canadian. Did he say? Is this the one he had the line? Does anybody want any dessert or fruit? Did he say that already?
Yeah.
Okay. That they didn't have dessert. Think about it. They just rushed through dinner, and then that's all of the murders. They got that dessert. So, is this your favorite ending, Crispy?
Yeah. I like the idea that everybody.
Was a murderer, basically.
Yeah.
Ew. You wouldn't want to eat some nice monkey brain chunks in a savory sauce? A savory white sauce, maybe? Come on. Think about it. Let you think
Yeah.
about it. Okay. Yeah, I like this. You're my favorite line's coming up in a minute here. Here we go.
Hmm.
I
She
hated
she
her
ad-libbed this.
so much. It that the flames like I on the side of my face. I love it. I'm sorry. It's perfect. I want to hear her go on. You know, maybe there's an extended scene of her just explaining how much she hated Yvette. It's like, I can see how someone would hate Yvette, especially a woman like that. You know, okay.
So I'm gonna pose a question to the women that are watching. So like, if your man had an affair with a French maid, would you hate the French maid, or would you just hate your man for having the affair with the French maid?
Well, to be fair, Daniel, she hated them both because she murdered them both. She murdered her husband as well.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
She might have just hated her husband for having the affair, hated Yvette for being so annoying. You know. Did they say who murdered the singing telegram girl?
Yeah, Wadsworth admits it
Okay.
because he's got the gun.
Oh, well, there goes Wadsworth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Green Line Girl says she would hate her man, but if the maid knew, she would hate her man. She would hate her more. Okay.
Well, like I said, I don't know that she even hated Yvette because of the affair. So I think she just hated her because she hated Yvette. Here we go. The truth comes out. I'm going home to sleep with my wife. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, I don't like that any the most. I'm sorry. Mrs. Peacock. Now we have the cards, and I think they released an edition of the board game that had the characters from the movie in it, didn't they? When this came out.
Someone who's got eBay, look it up.
Yeah, I believe there was a movie edition of the board game when the movie came out with the actors in it on the cover, you know, and then probably on the cards. Yvette. Coming up next on Peacock is Coneheads. I guess they assumed if I like Clue, I would like Coneheads. Okay. That's actually not a terrible SNL movie. That's not bad. The Coneheads movie. It's all right. They at least got the actors back to reprise the roles, right? So that was kind of neat.
And originally this game was slated to come out during World War II, but because of production problems, it was delayed until after the war.
What?
Yeah. The guy that invented it sold it to a company in Great Britain during the war, and they didn't have the means to produce the game, so it was delayed, I think, until 1947.
Do you like the song "Snake, Shake, Rattle, and Roll"?
It's okay.
What other famous rock song did Bill Haley in his comments do?
You're asking me?
Rock Around the Clock. We're gonna rock around the clock. Remember Happy Days? No? You didn't watch Happy Days, did you? Oh, what? You never watched Happy Days?
I'm a Mork and Mindy man. I had the hots for Mindy. Zootopia.
Okay.
Wasn't Mork and Mindy a spin-off of Happy Days?
Whatever.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
Yes, it was.
The original. To be fair, I didn't watch a lot of Cheers, but I did watch a lot of Wings, and I know Wings was sort of a spin-off.
I watched a lot of Frasier.
It took place in the Cheers universe. Frasier took place in the Cheers universe. So did Wings, because you would see characters from Wings pop up, from Cheers pop up on Wings. And there we have it, Clue.
Thank you, Chris P, for suggesting this again.
Yep.
So, Silence of the Lambs rewatch soon, right? I'm just.
It's got a good score from Howard Shore, and I'm sure Green Line Girl can come on and sells all kinds of disgusting, morbid, twisted things too.
Shake Rattle by C. Calhoun. What? I thought that was Bill Haley in his comments. No, maybe he did a cover, or the other guy did a cover of that. I don't know. I thought that was.
Yeah, it's Bill Haley. Maybe he just wrote it.
I don't know. Maybe
it's possible.
Right.
I mean, it's the music industry. You have songwriters giving their songs to famous singers and groups.
This was a Paramount movie on Paramount Plus. You can watch this along with that Star Trek cartoon that I'll never watch. Okay.
Is this actually on Paramount Plus?
Star Trek Prodigy. Yeah, they keep pushing it on me too through the Roku player.
Clue. Is Clue actually on Paramount Plus? Okay.
Yes, I was terrified because I saw it last week, and we know how things work on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
And I was expecting tonight to go look for it, and it would be on AMC Plus or some other nonsense network. Or okay. I'm looking up something. Give me a minute. What did Roger Ebert say in his original review of Clue? Let's see here. Clue review and film summary. 2 stars. Not even 2.5.
I told you. They weren't very kind of it.
Whodunit. Yeah. It says Clue is a comedy whodunit. It's being distributed with 3 different endings, which is sort of silly since it doesn't make the slightest bit of difference who did it. That makes the movie a lot like the board game which inspired it, where it didn't make any difference either, since you could always play another game. Wow. The way Paramount is handling its multiple endings is ingenious. They're playing each of the endings in a third of the theaters where the movie is booked. If this were a better movie, that might mean you'd have to drive all over town and buy 3 tickets to see all the endings. With Clue, though, 1 ending is more than enough. Yikes. He is not kind to this movie.
Nope.
Whatever. What do you know, Roger Ebert? You liked Enemy at the Gates. Okay. Hopefully that didn't come through.
Damn, boy.
The socks?
Hey.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just saying. All right. So, no, we're not going to be doing a stream next week, but the week after, we're going to be doing our annual Thanksgiving Eve stream where where I talk to you an hour about upcoming Black Friday deals.
Yes.
Right?
And I will probably buy something while we're on the stream. So,
okie doke.
Like I did last year.
I'm thinking this is going to be a sad Black Friday this year. I'm not
Why?
I got a bad feeling about this one. I'm thinking like the sale is hope we have the items in stock year. Okay, not that you're going to get something as a price, a discounted price, but you never know.
Well,
I
I
guess
already got
nobody.
your Christmas present. I'm just waiting on the final piece to come in.
Oh,
Hope you're
the
happy.
Iron
You're
is it
gonna have.
like is it like an actual Iron Man replica suit that works and I can fly around like Tony Stark?
No, I bought that for Chris P.
Of course.
Thank you.
You know, Iron Man, a real superhero, unlike a certain Spider-Man. But anyway, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. We love Spider-Man. No.
You're gonna have a very barbaric Christmas.
Oh, I'm kind of curious now. Okay. All right. So, any last words on Clue?
It's just a straight, simple, enjoyable film, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, praise the Lord for VHS and cable television for keeping some films alive that otherwise would just completely gone to the wayside.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool.
I'm also thankful for Tim Curry for being for that being his movie.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Do you know what's on Paramount Plus right now? Apparently streaming. Is that for free? The Clifford the Big Red Dog movie.
Is that new one that's supposed to be out?
I think so. It's on here.
Wow.
The one where he's like the blood red dog and he's giant. Oh man. Okay. Well, I know what I'll be watching tonight. I'm kidding, of course.
Or is he?
What else we got here? Bunch of crap I don't care about. Oh,
All
the
right, before
Marksman is
Boomer
on
goes
here.
off on a tirade.
Oh, the Marksman is on here with Liam Neeson. He's good in
Okay.
anything.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Chris P, for joining us. Always a pleasure having you on. No show next week. Then Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, we'll have our annual chit chat about Thanksgiving shopping and sales and just talking for like an hour or so. Then we get into Christmas season. We've picked out our films, and I'll have more on those later. But they're all wonderful Christmas movies.
We love Christmas.
No matter what Big Al might say. Adopt, don't shop, people. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep listening to Great Films Course. Have a good night. Take care, everybody.
Night.